Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be with you today for another video of the Blockchain Game Alliance. It's going to be very interesting to have this conversation with one of our gold members, dea.sg. So we're going to cover their activities, but not only that, it's going to be very interesting to actually talk about this very specific topic, which will be how to bring gamification to social goods with blockchain games. We not used to cover that topic, especially how gaming could have a social impact. We're going to talk about play and earn specifically, and you will know why in a minute. But DEA will inspire players to make a positive difference in their communities. So we're going to talk about what they do through play mining NFT, Deepcoin. But before that, I would love to welcome Tatsuya Kohrogi, the Chief Strategy Officer and Head of Global Business of dea.sg. Tatsuya, it's a pleasure to have you today. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Flav. Nice to have you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you today. And obviously, to give a context about everything, could you introduce yourself and what you do at DEA? And obviously, all activities at DEA also.
Yes, nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Tatsuya Kohrogi, also known as Tats, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer and Head of Global Business at DEA. And DEA is short for Digital Entertainment Asset, and we operate the play mining platform. And our core business is creating GameFi games that are play and earn centric with our cryptocurrency Deepcoin.
Perfect. Awesome. It's a pleasure to really have you and have this conversation about blockchain gaming, social impact based on what you do and your activity. That is definitely clear that blockchain gaming is bringing new ways to incentivize certain behaviors, is triggering certain behaviors for players specifically. But how could blockchain gaming solve existing issues, real world problems? Is this a key reason to bring more adoption according to you?
Yeah, so to kind of give some context around solving real world issues, a lot of the narratives we see right now is that gaming is a waste of time or gaming is a waste of time and money, right? So over half of the people in the world do not play games. And we are focusing on non-gamers to enter this space as well. And we believe that the Web3 gaming has the opportunity to really change what we know gaming as. So how can blockchain gaming solve existing issues? We believe the token incentive element of it on top of gamification can be a strong motivator for human behavior change. And we have seen this with move to earn services like StepIn and Sweatcoin in the past couple of years, where people began walking more frequently because they were getting rewarded. But using the same concept with play and earn, we believe that blockchain games can solve real world issues by incentivizing people, not just move to earn, but X and earn. So I think this will be the key reason for more corporations or organizations to enter into this space, because there's a lot of real world problems that need to be solved. And I think entertainment and gamification with using Web3 technology is an interesting space to for these corporations to integrate gamification into these problems.
Interesting. And I know it will be important to actually talk about these through the activities that you have. So could you maybe give us a little bit, some description for each one of the activities that you have, which is play mining NFT, and the token as well? Or what kind of activities and what are the purposes of such activities?
Play mining platform consists of these four pillars. So we have our cryptocurrency Deepcoin, and we have the play mining NFT marketplace, and we have our NFT games, and we also have a metaverse called the Play Mining Verse that is being developed. And what's unique about our games is that it's co-created with famous anime and manga artists. So we have a network of over 100 plus anime manga creators that create the characters that you see in our games. So we're the #1 Japanese IP anime manga creator network, and we've paid out over 7 million royalties to these creators. And here's just some examples of some of the creators in our network, from Fairy Tail, creators of Dragon Quest Emblem, and creator of Final Fantasy. Even the creator of Digimon is part of our network. And we create these unique NFTs for our games as like a game character. And we have multiple games, such as Job Tribes as our flagship title, which is a trading card battle game. And let me show you some of our other titles over here. Also, Cooking Burger, it's a multitask cooking action game, and coloring and racing game, Graffiti Racer, and Lucky Farmer, which is a coin pusher farming game. And these four are our first party title. And we have a third party title called Dragon Ramen, which is a dungeon quest and ramen shop management game. And today we just actually announced our second third-party title announcement, Lost Archives by Clover Labs. That'll be coming later in April. So more third-party titles coming into our ecosystem, and we will be producing first-party titles as well. And for this year, Soul Fusers and Hero Spiral is our upcoming first-party titles that'll be released later on this year. So that was just a quick intro about what we do and our community ecosystem.
Yeah, it's perfect. Thank you for that, because actually we're gonna go through some of them to actually understand how you capitalize on your catalog of games to help gamify social goods with your partners. So it's going to be interesting to have a look at that. To come back to, so we're seeing a big growth in the blockchain gaming ecosystem in terms of adoption. Blockchain gaming is rapidly evolving. Following the DApp industry trend, the sector has been, experiencing some downtrends for sure, fluctuation based on what's happening in the crypto market. But the on-chain activity is really important. In March, actually, DApp Radar just released the data about that they register 741.5 thousand unique active wallets for March, and games make up 45% of the DApp industry activity in Q1 2023. So, do you think this growth of blockchain gaming and Web3 adoption would come from gamers who are looking for new ways to experience gaming, or it will come from non-gamers?
I think it's going to come from both for sure. And I think gamers understand the value of the blockchain and digital asset ownership. So I think definitely gamers are the ones that will adopt it. But from talking to our community members at Play Mining, I've met a lot of them in person, but a good amount of people were non-gamers. So they said that Play Mining was one of the first times they played games, and they never played games before because it just didn't make sense. Like it was a waste of time, or you can't make money out of it. But by being able to make some income from it, it was an interesting experience. So they were curious to try it out, and it got him into blockchain games. And I even heard some people directly tell me how it was a gateway to learn more about creating a wallet and owning cryptocurrency and learning more about NFTs and Web3. So this is a humbling experience to hear firsthand how some of these people started playing games thanks to blockchain games and some of our games. And so I think non-gamers will be a big part of this ecosystem growth, and unique use cases of blockchain technology will be one of the key drivers, I think.
Interesting. Obviously, I think the growth of blockchain gaming for non-gamers, from non-gamers, could come from a specific type of games. I don't know what you think about that, but do you think actually that we will have a specific type of games that will bring more adoption for the gaming space for blockchain? So obviously, when I'm talking about that, I'm mentioning casual gaming. Let's say casual play and not gaming. Do you think it will be a catalyst for the growth of the Web3 industry?
Yeah, I think we got to take one step back from like a gamer's perspective and understand like some of the hardcore games are pretty hard to kind of jump right into, right? And it takes a lot of commitment to play these games. But on a casual game that you can just access via mobile and only play like 10-15 minutes a day, for example, while you're commuting, these types of games that are more accessible and easy to learn and play will probably be a big genre for adoption of Web3 gaming.
Interesting. So we talk about that. You mentioned the different games that you have. You mentioned Job Tribes, Lucky Farmer, and the other one as well. So I think, and I suppose you capitalize on different type of games you develop to help your partners who actually have specific needs and want to gamify social goods. So could you tell us a little bit more about that? What use cases you could tell us?
Yeah, so we strategically created different genres of casual games in our platform first as a first party. And we noticed that, specific people like specific genres of games and
Mm,
not so much of other genres. So we are seeing a split of people, of demographics playing more of our cooking game versus our strategic card battle game. Some
mm,
people really love the card battle game, but are really not into the multitask action cooking game because it's just too much. But we see the split in demographics, and I think that's what keeps this a healthy platform as well. So we're not too dependent on one single game title and one genre. And yeah, I think it's good to have multiple different types of genres in the game. So even in one of our game, Graffiti Racer, we have two games in one. So the one element of game is coloring. You color an NFT that's black and white, and you can sell the NFTs that you color. And people that want to race can just race as well. So there's the coloring element and the racing element, and we see an interesting split of people that just enjoy coloring and the people that just enjoy racing, and so they team up and create a colorful NFT artwork and race it together. So
mm.
those are some interesting use cases from within one game as well.
Yeah, so we're not only talking about the typology of a game for a specific purpose in terms of social impact, but also what game mechanisms you are building into the game to
Yeah.
bring more value proposition to your partners.
Mhm.
Interesting. Um, how gaming? So you talk when we're talking about because we're focusing on play and earn. Sometimes, let's say most of the times, we're talking about a specific type of people and players as well, keen to be more interesting in the investment part of gaming.
Mhm.
Tell me if you agree with that, but also how gaming you think can bring a different experience to investors if we're talking about these type of players.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of taboo around play and earn, play to earn. Um, right? There's just a money game element to it. Investors that want to make a quick buck, and we'll be honest. I think there is that demographic as well that's popular initially, and but I think with the main narrative around Web3 gaming and play to earn gaming, how it's not sustainable if we just monetize from gamers or investor gamers is something we agree with. So we work on diversifying our monetization channels, and that's something we could cover a little bit more in detail around how to do social good with blockchain games as well. But yeah, I think the play and earn element is a big element still in Web3 gaming, and it's not dead in my opinion. And I think it's going to be the bridge between the digital world and the real world, the GameFi element, where people can move these digital assets from the real world and bring, or from the digital world and bring it into the real world and exchange it for fiat, for example.
Okay. So yeah, the narrative is to say that play and earn is was the first iteration of blockchain gaming with the Axie Infinity and the other games. So you think that actually we just at the beginning of what we could do with play and earn mechanisms, if I understand correctly.
Definitely, even with the lending model for NFTs, known as the scholarship model,
Mm,
this allows investors to lend their assets to many people and enable other people. And we're seeing like high net worth individuals in our community that are getting this new forms of entertainment. Of it's kind of a charity experience, right? Of doing good and lending out their powerful NFTs to communities that they care about, and it's helping them enable other people and get response back directly, right? So they know who they're helping, and this is a new form of desire of enabling others, in our opinion.
mm. Perfect segue. Actually, you mentioned charity. Um, because we're talking about gaming investors. How could charity be revolutionized with Web3 gamification? Do you think is Web3 gaming bringing new incentivization, new motivation to people to give to charity?
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna enable more people to participate in charity, and just because it's more transparent and you're directly connected with the people you're enabling. For example, if you are lending NFTs to people as a form of charity and supporting those people, um, you're creating opportunity and you get to build a community around that and talk with them as well. So we're seeing this already happening within our ecosystem. And yeah, this is just going to give more opportunities for gamers too to say, okay, I earned this much, I'll just automatically donate X amount to this organization, right? And the earning element, token incentive element, will definitely drive more opportunities and more diverse ways of helping communities and people.
Yeah, and the technology of blockchain makes it also very easy for people to actually care about what's happening in the environment, but or any kind of charity program that we could mention. But we actually tackle a lot this subject of how we could offset carbon footprints just by having a share of the NFT sales, just for the specific purpose of giving to a specific organization. So it's very interesting to see that as well, how you could use the technology to make it entertain to entertain your players with these new technologies. So very interesting to see that. And on your side, what's your opinion about what's happening in the space, the blockchain gaming space? What's kind of activities, yours, but also others, you tell me, excite you the most in the space?
Yes, I think there's lots of things going
Yeah.
on in the space right now, and big players are coming in. Traditional Web2 gaming studios are coming in, so the experience itself is going to be much more rich in the near future. So seeing a lot of corporations coming in and corporations creating consortiums to develop this space is a big thing. I think it's a big win for us, but it's still early. And I think what I would like to see is more of the conversation around why Web3, right? I think everyone talks about creating a fun and rich game experience, which is a must. But at the same time, like, what can we do with more of these on-chain elements to it? The digital asset ownership, even X and Earn. What can we do to solve real-world problems? And what DEA, Digital Entertainment Asset, stands for, what our mission is to really revolutionize the way people live and play in the future. And we believe that if you're a hero in the digital world, in this game world, this heroic act in the digital game can translate to a real heroic act in the physical world. So that's the kind of future we want to create with our games. And we think that blockchain technology is the key to do that. And we're seeing more gaming companies come in. So we would like to partner with them to do more social good with other corporations as well.
That's very exciting, and I totally follow you in this mindset that obviously as a player you could have the opportunity to care about a specific project while playing a game, but that's also important to translate this behavior in the physical world as well. So it's definitely exciting, specifically what you could do with NFTs for the real world, for bridging the real world and the physical world, the physical world and the digital world. So definitely very interesting to see that, and I hope we will have the BGA the opportunity to invite you again to talk about the case study you're building with your ecosystem of partners in that purpose. So again, it was a pleasure to have you today to talk about what you do and to tackle this specific topic we're not used to, as I said at the beginning. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Flav. Appreciate you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.